Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today we're going to be talking about the Detroit Pistons potentially signing Miles Bridges this offseason. The 26-year-old who is entering free agency has been linked to three different teams. The Charlotte Hornets, who are his current team and are willing to re-sign him, and then you have two outsiders and the Utah Jazz and the Detroit Pistons. I'm going to be talking about the Detroit Pistons potentially picking up Miles Bridges. He has been linked to them for a while. They were linked to him at the trade deadline, and they have a lot of interest in signing him. Miles Bridges had a really good season with Charlotte last year. The thing I fear is Bridges is a great player. Averaged 21 and he averaged 7, but he averaged that on a terrible team. Now, I'm not saying Detroit is not a great team. They're not a good team. They're a terrible team as well. But at the same time, I feel like Detroit has a lot more talent than Charlotte does. I mean, Charlotte has LaMelo Ball and they have Brandon Miller, but Brandon Miller was a rookie last year. LaMelo Ball was hurt, missed 25 games. Eventually, they traded Terry Rozier. So, I mean, there was Miles Bridges has a lot of chances to score on a bad team like that. But the Pistons, if they stay healthy, they have Cade Cunningham, they have Jaden Ivey, they have whoever they draft this year with their top 5 overall pick. They have a lot of cap space to bring in players this offseason and potential trade assets. So, I mean, I think Miles Bridges would be a good addition, but I feel like he's going to ask. My thing is, I feel like he's going to ask a lot of money coming into Detroit because, number one, who wants to go play for the Detroit Pistons? That's one thing. And this is someone who averaged 21 and 7 last year and averaged 1 steal per game with 3 assists per game. And he's going to a crap team, averaging 21 and 7. I don't know if he could average 21 and 7 with the Pistons. I feel like if the Pistons are an improved roster, because the thing is, I see is, yes, if you add in Miles Bridges, I don't think that's all they're going to be adding in. I really think the Pistons are going to be looking at in other pieces. They have the cap space this summer to bring in assets. So, look, Miles Bridges is not going to be the only guy they add in. They have the 5th overall pick. They have, other potential signings. Yes, they're probably a team that will have to overpay. But if an improved roster next year, because I feel like the Pistons will be a better team than they were this past season. I'm not going to say the Pistons are going to, be one of the best teams in the East or make the play-in, but I think they'll be more of a talented team than they were last season. And if they are, can Bridges average almost 22 points per game and 7 rebounds per game with the Detroit Pistons? I mean, probably. I honestly think Bridges would probably average, I would say he'd average probably 16 and 7. Or 17 and 7 with the Detroit Pistons. If he signed with the Pistons, those are the numbers I could see him putting up. So I feel like Bridges might want a lot of money. You got the legal stuff as well to potentially worry about. What if you give him a huge contract, and then he gets into some trouble again? So that is something to be concerned about. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Detroit Pistons potentially signing Miles Bridges. I think he's a good fit for the Pistons, but at the same time, I feel like he's going to want a lot of money. Averaging 21 and 7 on a Charlotte Hornets team who didn't have LaMelo Ball because he was injured. They didn't. They had the next best player outside of Bridges was a rookie, Brandon Miller. I don't think averaging 21 and 7 is that impressive on a Charlotte Hornets team who is dog crap. So, but Bridges is a very talented player. He's a good scorer. He's a decent shooter. He's a good defensive player. But I feel like he's going to want a lot of money, especially to go to Detroit. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signing for the Pistons in the comment section, and peace out.